Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the BBG. We've got something a little different today. For the past 7 days, I've been playing Valor Legends because, quite a few people were like, you should check out Valor Legends. And I was like, yeah, all right, might as well. So I went through the 7 day starter pack. You start one of these games, you get a 7 day thing, you get a big reward on the 7th day. Well, it turns out you get a reward on the 8th day for this too, so I was pretty happy about that. Free stuff, you know what I'm saying? Give me that. Free legendary hero. But I wanted to make the video on it after the 8 days because, 8 days, well, I really only played for 7 days. I collected the 8th reward, but, you can get a good feel for a game, in 7, 8 days. So I wanted to share that experience. So this game is I don't want to say typical, but it is exactly like a gacha game. You got to summon things. You got to summon things, hope for good ones. It's classic. This is where the pay to win comes in. You buy more premium currency, you can summon more things, you can get better heroes. Now, through free to play, my highest one I've gotten is 7 stars. Obviously, it goes up to like 10 stars. And that's very difficult because, the higher it gets, especially if you've got a rarer hero, that little green diamond on the top of the avatar frame of the hero, that means they're a legendary version of the hero, and then you've got normal ones, normal 5 stars, which don't have that. So obviously, I try to aim for those ones. But doing that makes it much harder to actually level your heroes up in a timely manner because it's damn near impossible to pull. Like, for example, getting this to the next set of stars, I need another one of these, which means two. I need two of them, and that's not happening. Now, honestly, this game actually reminds me of a game I used to play a long time ago. It was called Zombie Strike, but the combat here is a lot more, well, I suppose, dynamic. They actually like interact with each other, run around. It all matters on where you place your heroes, is where they're going to attack first, kind of thing. And it is satisfying to watch. I will say that. Zombie Strike, it was just team aside, and one person attacks, other person attacks. Whoever's got the fastest speed attacks first. That sort of thing. But with this, those blue lines represent where they're attacking, red lines represent where the other team's attacking. It's simple, but it's effective because just moving people around changes where they attack. So now that frontline tank is going to take all of them. I put him there. It goes half. 3 to 2. Damage is separated a little bit, and my little fairy healer is able to heal them pretty decently because she's 6 stars. But that's besides the point. Anyway, this game is, I would say, honestly, very free to play friendly. Very free to play friendly. The only downside is you do have to play for a decent period of time, do all the events, like literally every event that you can get, just so you can summon enough heroes to make everything worth it. Because if you can't summon heroes, you're going to get stuck and your team is going to stagnate. And I think that's inevitable because that's what's happened to me here. I've done all the easy diamonds, all the easy quests to get premium currency. I've done them all, and now I'm struggling to sort of pull in the currency in order to summon, which is, of course, where the pay to win comes into it, you see. Now, I mean, for these games, a lot of people absolutely love the feeling of summoning something good or buying something where they know they're going to get something good. You can see here, this is a legendary hero for 450 plus premium currency, and obviously that goes to the absolute extremes. And that was free, but I can't get any more. $160. What is that? Is that a... Holy shit, I've never seen an item like that. But that makes sense because it's $160. Now, the pay to win here is limitless. It is honestly limitless because when you summon something, you get something good. You get addicted kind of to that feeling of summoning it, which is why people put more and more money into these games, and why when it comes to the top 10 of these sorts of games, there's such a disparity between the top 10 and like the rest of the players. They're in the like millions of power, and everyone below them's in the maybe hundreds of thousands because the maths of this game is just exponential. The higher you get, the more exponential that growth becomes. For example, I should be able to... Yeah, so you see, at 6 stars, this thing has 5,000 power. Now, that when it says 6 stars, it doesn't literally mean, like, you see, it's 5 stars there. That 5 star is more character rank, I suppose, whereas these stars themselves actually come from using these evolution beads. But there's limits on how far you can get using them. For example, as I said earlier, I can't level up Diana anymore. To get to 160, I'm going to need to be able to get 2 of these as well as a 6-star undead hero, which isn't really that hard. You do get a lot of heroes, especially 4 stars. They're critical. They're absolutely critical because you turn them into 5 stars and then use them as food for your good ones. It's a classic sort of gameplay, and I do enjoy it because I played Zombie Strike for a long time. I had a team of 8, 9 stars, 1 or 2 10 stars, but I played that game for a good solid year. And that was on an emulator on PC, and I enjoy zombies, and so I just kept playing that game, you know. Oh, more things. Very nice. But yeah, this is the kind of events you're going to have to participate in as a free to play because you get summon books. They're necessary, you know. They're just necessary. But again, playing this game was really a throwback for me, you know, because even in Zombie Strike they had the endless trials. You know, it's a tower that has an infinite amount of levels, but the rewards for it are absolutely worth doing because it gives you evolution rewards, which is always nice. Did I just get enough? Oh, I did. Yeah, let's do that. Might as well. Level 110. Not even level 110. Another thing that's hard to get. You can really only get these once a day from the daily resets and then over time from your idle thing. But again, it's an idle game, so you really can't do much about that unless you pay money to overcome that obstacle. So I think another good part about this game is that there's a cap. There's a max cap of what you can do in a day. And then after that point, there is no point in even being on unless you want to grind out a further campaign level or something, you know, where the difference between winning and losing is like 1 hit. So you just have to keep trying it over and over and over until you get it, move your dudes around, try and make a better team. I do especially like the way you can put heroes into this, I think it's like a church, a blessing area. Blessing temple, where they basically get pushed up to the level of your lowest level that is put into this temple, which is nice because it allows you to check out characters and see if they're worth leveling. And I've obviously done that, as you can see, with a few of them just to test them out. This assassin is amazing. Easily the best backline attacker I've ever seen. But with that being said, I've only played for a week, so can't really say much. Bounties, standard game mechanic. You send your heroes off and they do jobs, and you get stuff in rewards. But of course, you've got to have the hero types and requirements in order to send them off. But if you are playing and at least logging in twice a day, I guess, because you get 12 hours till that chest is full, you will easily get all of your bounties done in a day. Now, again, I'm probably not going to play this game past this point, because honestly, I played this variety of game to death. Like before I started YouTube, I was obsessed with with that Zombie Strike game. Played it to death, became one of the top players, free to play, obviously. But you know, it came at the cost of time. You really had to go on the game every day. Missing a day is the equivalent of not getting your summons after X amount of days, and you know, summons are critical. They're absolutely critical when you're not spending money. Daily sign-in. Yeah, nice. So I've come on. So I played for 7 days, but I've come on for the next 3 days and just collected like daily stuff. Haven't really pushed further in the campaign or anything. I just wanted to set some time aside to actually get this video done. Can I make more 4 stars? I feel like I can. No, 3 stars. Okay, fine. That's another thing. With the summoning thing, you can actually, obviously there's a store. So every time you summon a 3-star, you can set it to auto-sacrifice it to turn it into currency to buy other heroes with, which is another critical thing because you're going to have to do this. The longer you play, the more you will have to use every single mechanic in this game to your advantage. Because right now, any hero is good to get, sort of thing. But soon you're going to be targeting the hero that you want, and it's going to become a giant strategy thing to get your first hero to like 10 stars, or I should say 24 stars, since that's the max, I think. Let me just... Is it 24 stars? Yeah. Yeah, look at that. That's crazy as well. Even at 14 stars, 40,000. 24 stars, 240,000. And that's without any items or runes, I'm assuming. And that's a whole nother kettle of fish. Because obviously heroes need to have equipment, and my equipment is trash. But that is not the point. I do believe I could make another 6-star with this little dude, but he's not very good, as I recall. Guys, whatever your opinion on this hero, let me remind you, it was free, so that's why it's a bit bad, if that's not the truest thing ever. Like, if that's not the truest statement ever. But yeah, as you like, even just from this, I can easily make another few 6-star characters, but there's no point in me doing that yet. I mean, A, not really going to play this game long enough to do that. B, I need as many 5 stars. If I were to keep playing this game, I need as many 5 stars from as many factions as I can get, because this gets exponentially more expensive. It's classic. Hero Awakening, 6-star required there. The next one's going to require a 7-star undead. And the higher that gets, the more you will need. Because even just turning one 5-star into a 6-star, you need 3 5-stars, you know? And then getting a 7-star requires 4 5-stars, was it? Yeah. Getting a 7-star requires 4 5-stars. And on it goes, including the original one needed. Like to get this chick to 8 stars, technically. I always get confused between the 8 stars and the number of stars they actually have, because they consider those 5, 6 things there stars, whereas I'm looking at those stars and that's 2 stars past 5, so 7 stars. I don't know. Maybe I'll just say purple. Purple 2 stars for now. Anyway, getting purple 3 stars is literally requiring 2 of the original ones of the same character, and this is a legendary, so it's even rarer, as well as 3 other 5 stars to make a 6-star, and on it goes, which is why this game's going to take a long time to play as a free-to-play. Actually getting characters that are like really, really good. I'm hoping, can I see a leaderboard? Here we go. So let's just have a look at this person's team. Yeah, look at that. So we got purple 5 stars. We got a full-on 10-star there. Maybe just gold star? Does that represent 10-star? I don't know. Point is, getting this kind of team is not possible free to play this early. Like, this server only came out, I think, 14 days ago. This person's nearly 1 million power. That's insane. So, if you are going to come into this game, don't expect to compete with people playing. Just don't. It's silly. You can't do it. It's like Immortal Towers in that respect. The difference between pay to win and free to play are vastly different, because free to play have no choice but to wait and get the heroes that they need and like actively aim all their fragments towards getting the exact hero that they need, and that's much harder than just dumping money to get a shitload of summons, which isn't a bad way to do it, because this sort of game is addictive, man, and I know it is. But that is part of what makes it a good game. It's very streamlined, it's very straightforward. Everything you need to know gets unlocked to you as you go on. I don't even think I've unlocked everything, now that I think about it. Yeah, Lost Forest 2, so that's the Mysterious Realms. It's really just more rewards. So down there I get fragments for characters, so a 10-20. That might get me a gold one as well. Or maybe every now and then I'll get a gold one because it's random reward. Who knows? I don't, because I've not unlocked it yet. But yes, no, this is a good game. I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying this whole video is me just explaining like the type of game this is, and you can see whether you'd like it or not just from me explaining this. I mean, that's just a fact. They are generous with the premium currency, even just from dailies and weeklies and achievements. They are generous. I can't deny that. It is generous. I think in the first 4 or 5 days from all the free premium currency, I reckon I summoned upwards of 150 times. So 15, 10 times, basically. And from those 15, 10 times, it's basically going to set, if you're free to play, it's going to set your team in stone, because you will get some legendary heroes from that. And then you got to decide whether you want to keep them or whether you don't. And that is a whole nother kettle of fish that would require like in-depth research that is not going to be in this video. This is just a video on 7 days in of Valor Legends and my thoughts on it. So I don't really want to take up too much of your time. This is really just a short video. Hopefully this sort of showcased the game a bit. I think I could have said more on the importance of actually moving your characters around. It can mean the difference between winning and losing a battle. I will say that much. And if you are going to play this game long term, you need a backline attacker. That's all I'm going to say. You need an assassin. It's necessary. But yeah, with that being said, I'm going to end this short one here. I'm not going to be playing this game past this point. I have done this. I've done this on a different game, and I can't do it to myself again, especially with me playing Immortal Towers to Tale of Immortal. I can't do it. But subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Leave me a like, leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the game. I know some of you actually play this game quite a lot, so maybe high level gameplay. Is it exactly like what I thought? Let me know. But as always, have a great day.